Hi everyone and welcome to my channel Heaven's Bridge Tarot. My name is Nia and in today's reading we will be channeling some messages of love, a lot of love and light and hope from your deceased loved ones. I really know that today's topic is about love because we all need love so much these days. Please think of the loved one you would like to connect with right now. Picture them in your mind's eye. Invite them into your heart. Let's do this. Let's set an intention for your loved ones to please talk about love. Give a loving message and a loving hug. I know they want to hug you. I'm an intuitive reader for those of you who are new here, so I read everything and I have some Claire gifts as well, so I see a lot that is not on the cards. They want to hug you. There's a very special message about a hug. Maybe this was the last hug you gave them before they transitioned, or you did not get to hug them tight before they passed over. There's something about a hug and you will know how this resonates. Please, in this reading, only take what feels right for you. If you hear something that doesn't, feel peaceful about it. It will be for someone else. This is a collective reading. So, a hug. I'm feeling a really warm hug. And the image I'm being shown here is that of a parent-child situation. Now, of course, this could be any other situation, but there's a big sensation about this parent-child hug. So this is just a hug, a pure hug of unconditional love, you know? They love you so much. And by the way, if you feel cold and you visualize your loved one, you visualize them and you ask them to hug you. If you really make that wish from a pure heart's perspective, and if you cleanse your energy field before you do that, I promise you, you will feel something. You will feel warm. Maybe your entire body will feel tingly and warm, or maybe it's just a part of your body. For me, it's often my upper arm for some reason and my shoulder, but they can still hug you from the other side. So please, loved ones, deliver a loving message of love and light and truth. Archangel Michael is protecting this channel. Archangel Gabriel is helping us deliver the messages that you need to hear right now. Okay, Plight of the Wanderer 14. Why is this monster holding a smoking egg? There's a lot going on. So 14 is a very good sign because that is temperance in the major arcana. Temperance energy is balance, is love, is, you know, the energy of your loved ones being with you every step of the way. And saying that, I now notice the infinity sign on this monster's forehead. So your loved ones, they have been walking with you since the beginning of time. You are soulmate. Soulmates are not strictly romantic. A soulmate is a soul close to you that helps you grow and evolve spiritually, often through pain. And this is not the first and the last and the only lifetime you walked side by side. In fact, they're still walking with you, just in a different dimension. And I know I'm repeating myself a lot in my readings, but I get new listeners all the time. And this is a message that needs to be spread. You can't hear it enough. You never walk alone. They're always with you. I'm seeing that some of you have physical health issues, and I'm not going to give you medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm giving you spiritual advice. I see something here about joint and bone aches. Maybe some of you are quite old in human years, or you feel really old because your body hurts. Your body just feels so worn out, and your soul as well. The body's health is always a reflection of our soul's and heart's health. There is something, a surprising thing that they want to let you know about when it comes to healing your heavy, kind of brittle body. There's a condition that you have, and this egg has something to do with it. Maybe it's a surprise egg, a spiritual surprise egg. By the way, the color turquoise is very relevant here. Excuse that noise. There's a storm going on. Can't do anything about that. The color turquoise is about the throat chakra, is about delivering truths, is about communication. You probably have not talked a lot about your pains to other people. You stopped talking about it because you were either gaslit, misunderstood, or it didn't help. But when you speak to your loved ones and your angels on the other side, they always, 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 always hear you, okay? They hear you, and they're telling you, don't hold back when it comes to talking about what's weighing you down, about your pains and your fears and your worries, your frustrations. You can talk to them. They listen. You might be feeling guilty because you feel like you complain a lot, but you know, they're there for you. They are your shoulder to cry on. Don't hesitate. But be careful that you don't get consumed in these low vibrations. Make sure that when you reach out to your loved ones, it's on a base where you want to purge and where you are still receptive for guidance to get you out of that place. Don't accept this low vibration as a consistent state that you'll be in forever. See it as a phase, because this too shall pass. I also hear something, sorry, there's a lot of information I'm getting, that you are very disappointed because of some false promise or something that did not work out. They know about this. They know about your disappointments. They always listen. And again, there is a message about hair. I get this a lot on both of my channels. I have another channel, Starseeker Tarot, linked in the description box. I talk a lot about hair. Hair spiritually has huge meaning, but there is something again about you or them caressing each other's hair, okay? Or maybe some hair pulling, but not in a poltergeist kind of mean way. Do you feel your hair being pulled gently? That's a sign from your loved ones or your angels. Or did you used to, I don't know, affectionately caress each other's hair? That energy, I feel like you need that energy. And they know how much physical touch soothes pain, soothes anxiety. All right. So maybe caress yourselves, get yourselves a heated blanket, a heavy blanket. Look into that. Anxiety therapy and weighted blankets. Do something to kind of soothe your own pain. Or when you have a pet, cuddle your pet. Get a cuddly toy. Even if you are grown up, do not be embarrassed about, needing a cuddly toy. It really helps, to cuddle something warm. And I often say this, when you have a very beloved object, it doesn't have to be a teddy bear. It can be anything that you love and you associate it with your deceased loved ones. They will enter and inhabit energetically this object to be able to be near you, right? This can be anything. This could be a piece of jewelry. This could be an old item that used to belong to them. This could be a teddy that you get, because they need some kind of object sometimes to as a vessel to pour their energies into. And if you have that, use it. If you don't have it, get a cuddly toy on their behalf. And when you hug it, invite your loved ones to go into that cuddly toy, and I promise you, you will feel it differently. When you hug that toy, you will feel something. And this is all real. This is not crazy woo stuff. This is real. This works. I speak from experience here. Okay. And I hope it's not too gloomy for you right now. The sun is definitely gone, and I'm gonna turn on the lights now. All right, but I do want to point out to you that you did get a few seconds or brief minutes of sunshine in this reading. That is not coincidental. You did hopefully see some rainbows on the surface here. And here we have 28, when all seems ended. Yeah, you feel like you're at the very end of your rope. And I so resonate with that personally. I'm going through it too. You're not alone. Many people are going through it right now. They just don't talk about it for the same reasons that you don't talk about it to other people. And because we're shamed and gaslit, and because we live in an incredibly superficial society, but you're not alone. And it's not over. Many of you will have so many rational reasons as to why you justify that your journey is over. You have been given a diagnosis that is terminal, or very kind of, soul-crushing, body-crushing diagnosis, and you think you'll never be healthy. Or you look at the state of the world and you might think it's going to be disastrous, and every living thing on this planet will be dead soon. Don't think like that, because your thoughts, your feelings, your actions manifest into a reality. And we are really given that choice. What kind of timeline do we want to be in for the future of this planet? Do you want to follow and invest our energies into the doom and gloom timeline? Or are we awakening? Are we waking up to the power of our own energies, and do we want to transform Mother Earth and become more loving, more humble, and more high vibrational people? There are two timelines, and I could talk about this a lot, but it's probably not the right channel for it. But you have a choice to make. And yes, you have pains, and no, you're not supposed to ignore them. Embrace them, accept them as your fate, but know that the pain will end, not your life here. Not your life here, but I see that you are very, very tired. Your loved ones see it too. I see the full moon here. And if you feel worse during the full moon, take that seriously. It doesn't mean that you're hysterical or whatever. The full moon rules the element of water, the moon in general. So during a full moon, things come to the surface, energies flow that we usually suppress. So don't be afraid of what you go through during a full moon. Use it as an opportunity to see what you need to work on in order to let go, all right? But things are not over. Things are not over for you. This looks very doomy and gloomy. Not blaming you, there's a lot going on in this world that lets us think that way, but please stop listening to the news. That is so harmful. Stop listening to people. There are these types of people who only want to talk about negative, sensational stuff that's going on. Please distance yourselves from that. You need to talk about better things. And by the way, I'm getting initials here that I'm seeing very loud and clear. I see the initial J. So maybe someone's name was actually J, or is J, or any name starting with J. I also see S and Z, like Z. I don't know what part of the world you're in, yeah, okay. Also, yeah, like a last name, maybe Johnson, Joe, and Zoe, Zachary. If that's not your loved one, don't worry. It's just some loved ones are really loud and others are more subtle, but it doesn't mean that they love you less if they don't come through like that. They're showing me an image here of a bird breaking free from a cage. That will be you. You're not locked up forever. You're gonna break free. Wow, death moves amongst us. What is going on? I mean, you have to understand, I don't just channel your deceased loved ones, I channel your higher selves as well. I invite for any high vibrational soul who's receptive to the truth to come in, all right? So I'm picking up on your energies a lot, and you're at the edge, you're standing at the very edge, and I am not judging you because this is my own energy as well. Everything I preach about here, okay, is what I go through myself. I feel just like this. I feel exactly like this monster. And if you do feel like it too, never judge a book by its cover. I come across as very happy and bubbly and like I know it all. That is part of me. But the other bigger part of me is very much like this. So we're in this together, all right? Death moves amongst us, yeah. There is a message that, and I'm just a real reader. I do not sugarcoat. You are going to have to witness a lot of endings in the near future. And you might have already witnessed a lot of that. And if this scares you, tune out of this reading and don't continue watching, all right? Only continue if you can handle it. And this doesn't mean that you will pass. This doesn't mean that someone you love will pass. This just means there is an energy of bitter endings. So maybe relationships, or you will see a lot of people suffering. Astrologically, Pluto is entering the sign of Aquarius on the 20th of November 2024. And that is a very good thing. That means that these abusive, destructive, manipulative powers who have been controlling and deceiving us over decades, that they are going to be exposed and dissolved in divine light. Okay, that sounds very nice, we're going to be liberated, but the process is going to be quite shocking, especially for the sleepers, people who have been thinking until this day that our governments only want the best for us, that, all the conspiracy theories are not true, that everything is going to be manageable, that those in power want nothing but the best, and that, no. There's going to be a lot of evil that will be exposed and is going to be shocking, and we will have to be able to handle it. But look at this bat. Bat is my spirit animal. It might be yours as well. Bats are hypersensitive. They are different. They work during nighttime. They literally sleep upside down. They do not fit in, but they are so connected to forces and energies that the regular animals can't see. So understand, please, that with all of the suffering and the doom and gloom that is going on, and your own physical, mental, emotional pains, comes a lot of blessings, in the sense that your soul's voice becomes louder. You start to awaken spiritually. You start to develop an interest in all things psychic and supernatural, and that is so precious. And probably if it wasn't for all this pain, you would have never gone inwards. You would have never started to seek answers out of the normal, all right? And your psychic senses are sharpening a lot, and you will get a lot of answers about your suffering. You will get to speak to your loved ones a lot if you see that blessing in all of that darkness. And it's like almost this bat is stopping you from jumping off that cliff. I hope no one is in that situation. If you are, please seek help and reach out to someone. It's not too late. It's not too late for you. This bat is saying stop. That's your loved one. Stop. Don't end it, all right? Do not. No. Your time to shine is still going to come, and you might have heard this a lot. And it doesn't mean that it's not true if it hasn't come true. It just hasn't been the time yet. Please check out mundane astrology and look up astrologers who don't want to sell you their services and promise you big things. Those will always tell you something that never comes true. Look up mundane astrology and, constellations that affect us globally. It's not easy. It's not been easy, okay? But it will get better, and you should absolutely celebrate that Pluto is going to die. That planet is going to be diminished, by the way, and that's a very abusive planet. And our future is going to look much brighter, and you'll be here for it, okay? This is a very intense reading, but I love it. I stopped, people pleasing on this channel. I stopped doing the popular readings because they didn't generate much interest at all. And I started doing something more authentic, and I love that so many people appreciate that. We are a small group, but I appreciate every one of you, and this quality is so much more important than quantity. There are others like you. I've been telling you, you are not alone. And something that will come from exposure of evil is people waking up and people finding like-minded people. There will be a great sense of community. With Saturn and Pisces, I'm getting very astrological in this reading, but it's just energies that you need to be aware of. You're going to find people like you who are going to have your back, who are going to support you. And, I love when I see in my comments when, people say something kind to each other, recognize other people's pain whilst still being in pain themselves. I feel like you're going to find a lot of people who will support you, you will support them, you will help each other out. Small groups like this channel, okay? You're not alone, you never walk alone, and it's very likely that you will soon be blessed with a soulmate connection. Doesn't have to be romantic, can be anyone close to you. It's going to be your bestie or your lover or like a pet, a soul companion or a child. To really lift you up, lift up your mood. You never walk alone. If you enjoy these readings, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. It helps other people like you find me. If you don't know what to say, leave a bird emoji, because birds are spiritual messengers. And if you are new and would like to join this tribe, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon if you want to be notified when I post new content. Look, a time for healing, number 16. 16 is the star in the major arcana. I love blue hearts. Blue hearts are a sign for me personally. Anything heart-shaped is a sign for everyone. A white heart could also be a sign for you. Moths. Someone on my other channel called them night butterflies, which I love so much. Your loved ones are saying they're not just with you, they are protecting you, they are holding you like this, okay? Energetically, they are protecting you. You are this fragile moth. You are going through a dark night of the soul. You're going through all of this gloom. And you think you're exposed to evil. You're not. Your loved ones are with you. They're making sure it doesn't get worse than what you can handle. And, you know, I say this a lot, but it will come true, and you have to believe there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we are going to see it. When true evil is exposed, we can finally talk about solutions on how to, you know, help people like you. We're not even allowed to even say that there is a problem. We're censored. My channels would get shut down if I talked about this. But when it's exposed, we can then talk about the actual problems and actual solutions will come, all right? Pluto and Aquarius. It's a new era. 29, your presence is a gift to others. This makes me very emotional for some reason, this card. It's so beautiful. This is the Into the Lonely Woods deck, by the way, if I forgot to mention it. Look, here's this little girl. You can be man watching this. It doesn't matter. She's holding hands with this monster. There's a full moon going on. Your presence is a gift to others. Guys, I'm telling you, I have many very valid reasons to feel like the monster standing on the cliff. My body giving in toxic people who make me feel absolutely worthless. But through my work, I have found people like you who think that there is value in my work, and you can be just like me. If you turn your pain into learning, if you transmute these energies into something precious, you can help other people like you. You can be a light in the dark for other people like you. And then you will find love and appreciation from others, okay? So don't think you're ugly, don't think you're worthless. None of that is true. Oh yeah, the littlest blessing. We have seen these two cards before here on this channel. Ladybugs are a sign for you. And I have to look closer at this card. It looks like there's one, it looks like it has huge eyes. Okay, there's one big dot. Something about polka dots. Something about a stain. Has someone, are you really upset because you stained a precious, I don't know, shirt or cloth, or like something, you put a stain on it and you're upset? Or is this about some other stains? Like your loved ones want to calm your emotions about some stains. Hopefully it's not body fluid stains they're talking about, like I'm talking about blood. Flowers are signs. Again, hair. I feel like they want to like pull your hair, gently touch your hair. Or have you been finding hairs of your loved ones? This has happened to me with my pet, my cat in heaven. He transitioned in January, and I was once walking in my fairy forest in a spot where we'd always walk together. I thought of him, I saw a piece of wood on the ground that looked like the shape of a cat's tail. And then I feel like there's something in my mouth and I'm like, what is this? And it was one of his hairs. I have no idea how it got there. I mean, I used to cuddle my cat so much, and it was probably in my on my glove or something. But you know, there is always logical explanations, but the spiritual reason is just as legitimate. So if you found hair recently from your loved ones, that's a sign that's them telling you, hey, I'm right here with you. Also, there used to be this Victorian tradition where you kept a piece of hair from someone you loved a lot, either when they passed or, you know, during childhood, parents took some hair of that child and kept it. You know, that was a regular tradition. My great-grandparents used to do that. So something about hair. You will know how this resonates, but they really, really love you, and they sent you little blessings, little signs to encourage you, to make you maintain your faith, to keep hope alive, and yeah, to put a little smile on your face. Loved ones, please give one last card. And they are saying they love you too much. They love you so much. They don't want you to quit. They do not want you to quit. And I've often felt like quitting ever since I was very, very young, a little kid. And when my cat transitioned, I thought that was going to be it. But then I knew my cat, he lived until almost 20 years old. He was absolute ancient. And I said to him, I owe it to you that I don't end it, because you kept me alive. You stayed with me for so long to keep me going. So I owe it to you that I make it through. If you resonate with that, and I'm getting very emotional, and I know some of you will too, you owe it to your loved ones that you succeed, and you will. Don't quit, don't give up. The return of the lost selves. We have another egg here. We started off with an egg, and we are finishing off with an egg, and it's golden. And there is this white owl, definitely a sign that your loved ones are guiding you. They are your guides. They are, you know, showing you the way. They always make sure you find the right book that helps you, that you find the right reading that helps you, that you find the right this and that helps you. They do these little blessings for you all the time, whether you realize it or not. And angel numbers are always huge signs. 333, if you see that, it means that your guides, your whole spirit team, your loved ones, your angels, they're working with you. They're helping you so that you won't quit, that you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the return of the lost selves, I'm an intuitive reader. I read everything intuitively. I know what that means. It means to return the favor. It was exactly what I was saying here. If you feel like your loved ones brought you a lot of joy when they were alive, you need to return the favor in a sense that you use this love that you had as fuel to keep going and to not quit right now. Your journey has purpose. There is so much purpose in what you're going through. You are here for a reason. You are meant to touch many other people's lives. So do not quit. Make your loved ones proud. Return the favor, okay? And you will see them again, because death is not real. Death is not the end, all right? So that was a very, very deep and emotional reading. If you watched it all and you want to let me know, you can leave an owl emoji. Thank you so much if you take all of this very deep advice. If you would like to send in some cards or crystals, I have an Amazon wishlist link in the description box down below. Thank you to my channel members. Thank you to all of my supporters. Sending you many blessings, and until very soon. Bye.